Following is a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about them Cowboys?
Yeah! Go Cowboys!
This is the CommuniTEA podcast, where your favorite Dallas Cowboys open up about their journey to the NFL and what drives them to serve the communities they live in. Now your host, Nicole Hutchison.
All right, y'all. Welcome into CommuniTEA with Nicole Hutchison. Clock it. That you're doing it wrong. It's fine. It's like this. It's cool. All right. With Donovan Ezeiruaku. First off, welcome. This has been a lot of fun, just getting a chance to, know you guys at a deeper level. Obviously, I get a chance to talk to y'all in locker room and, in passing, but this is something a little different. So shout out to Alexia for putting this together. We can go ahead and clock it. Okay. But I want to get into your story. You're a first generation Nigerian American.
Yeah.
Let's talk about that. Like, what was that like growing up for you?
It was a very, I would say, fun and a very cultured experience, I guess. Like, I grew up very close to my dad's side. My dad is from Nigeria. He came here in the 90s. My mom, she's, African American, from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. And I just got a great mix of both. I would go spend time with my Nigerian side. I would go spend time with my, my African American side. And honestly, I never really saw it like that. I just, that's my family. Mm-hmm. But I was able to see, different cultures, I would say. I loved it a lot.
What was the biggest challenge for you growing up? Obviously, two different cultures,
Mm-hmm.
but you got to know both sides of the family,
Mm-hmm.
obviously. Just what was that? What was the biggest challenge?
I don't think it was a challenge. I think it was just, you kind of go through, I feel like a lot of immigrant or first-generation immigrant, kids kind of understand the whole, parents are going to be hard on you about school. They're going to be hard on you. They just might be a little bit more strict than, a non-immigrant family. You know what I'm saying? But it's like those are the values that we need, and that's what they instilled in, myself and my brothers. Just, you have to work hard for everything you want in life. But you have to study, read your books. There's no questions about that. Mm-hmm. And, there's never any quitting. And obviously, our faith in God. So
I love that you already brought that up. Because your mom was the one who was very hard on you in terms of, like, not really wanting you to play football.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
She was about them books. Like,
she was really just scared about the injuries, for real. Like, that's really what it was.
Really?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, yes, she was about the books. My dad was about the books, too. But she didn't want me to get hurt. We all her babies or whatever. And, like, even to this day, she can't stand when she watches our games.
So
she can't sit down when she watches our games.
What was ultimately the factor in her saying, okay, fine, I'm going to let you go ahead and play football?
Honestly, she couldn't say... She couldn't
say no.
No, she couldn't.
Wasn't an option.
Because it's just like, when my dad brought me out there to practice for the first, time or whatever, and, it was the I don't know, restrictions or barriers she would try to put up in terms of like, okay, if your grades aren't right, you can't go. If your chores aren't done, you can't go. If you don't do whatever you got to do around here or you can't go to practice, everything was done. Quick. No questions asked in a hurry.
Before she could even ask.
Everything is done. Grades are great. Never had that, ask me about anything like that. And so, I fell in love with the game. It wasn't, she could tell, and my dad already knew. My dad was already on board. He already knew that, okay, this is his passion. So she could tell, and, you can't really take a kid's passion and dreams away from him like this.
So what age was this that you had to have this conversation with your mom, and she was like, hey, you need to have your priorities straight before you go play football? What age was this?
So my first year playing football, I was 7 years old. Mm-hmm. I don't know. My parents are a little bit older. I have two older brothers, so like I thought I was a little bit older than 7 at the time. But I feel like that's just how they treated us as well. Not like we were kids, of course, but not we're not toddlers. Like you're getting
sure.
You got to mature a little bit. But I don't know. It was probably like 7, 8, 9. I was like, Mom, I really want to play. Dad, I'm having a great time. Like this is what I want to do. And then like there's the National Football League.
Yeah.
That's what I want to do.
What was it about football that made you say, I want to play this sport?
I was aggressive. Like they'll tell you, I was running around the house, breaking, furniture, playing ball in the house. But my thing was, though, like she has pictures. I was 1 year old with a ball in my hand. Like that, I was the rambunctious kid growing up. out of my brothers and
Yeah.
I. So it was just, I played basketball, and my dad had a basketball coach, and he was just like, he needs to be playing football because I'm over here fouling guys hard and stuff like that and just running around. It's like, yeah, football's for him.
That's hilarious because I feel like it was Tyler Booker who, when he was born in the bassinet, they had a football in the bassinet with him. So that's so crazy how
I feel like exactly.
it was a thing.
It's a thing. And I had this, like, I feel like I told you before, and like I posted it on some of my social medias, whatever. Like for my first birthday, my grandfather saying, go be that great football player. And it's like, football.
Yeah.
Nobody said anything about football, but it's just something he saw, God rest his soul. But like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Some people, you just
got it in you.
You got it.
Talk about your grandfather. I do remember you telling me that he was so pivotal for you in your life growing up. Was he kind of that big, major influence on you growing up?
I wouldn't say that. He was a great influence. He was a pastor in Philadelphia for quite a while. But I think, we got closer kind of as I was getting older, started to understand things a little bit more, started to, actually, like obviously when you're a kid, you go hang out with your grandparents all the time, but it's just like, you're a kid, but really getting to know your grandparents and getting to know that generation, that's what I always found like fascinating. And I didn't really start to do that until I got a little bit older. So, I thank God that he was able to come to one of my football games before he, passed. But like, that's just always what I admired the most. Like, I just wanted to know, like, what was life like for you? Like, how were you as a kid? If you could go back and, tell your 22-year-old self something, like, what would it be? I don't know. That's just.
What's something okay, take me there. What's something that you feel you learned about your grandfather and that generation and your family that's kind of stood with you today?
Yeah, you have to.
You got the point.
you gotta work for everything that you want. Because even, we know what America was like. I'm talking about my mother's side. So we know what America was like back in the day, right? So, we weren't there, but,
It's fine.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it's just like, people had to work very, very hard. And you saw that, the ones that were successful were the ones that weren't just sitting on their butt doing nothing. You know what I mean? And that's something that stood out to me. That's going to be passed on to my kids and my kids' kids, or whatever the case may be, because for everything that you want in life, it won't come easy. You got to work for it.
Is that something that obviously you have taken that in and lived by that, but was that something that you fully understood at a young age growing up?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just because I was never the biggest, fastest, strongest, whatever the case may be, but somehow, some way, I'm always the one out there on the field.
Yeah. Not
somehow, some way. I know how, because I'm working for it, and I think that's just that's very pivotal. So like I knew that when I was a 7-year-old kid first playing football. You gotta go out there and go put that sweat equity in.
Hey, young Dono knew back in when he was little. I love that. What's something that comes with, or that you feel your parents sacrificed that you feel like you didn't fully appreciate when you were younger?
The simple fact that my dad came to everybody knows about the United States of America, but my dad came to a foreign country, not knowing what was going to happen. Might have left a job in Nigeria or left, whatever the case may be. Family obviously came here for his kids that he didn't have at the time, but came here for his children, for them to have a better life. And not like life was hard, but like have the opportunity, like the quote unquote American dream opportunity. You know what I mean? That's something that you don't really think about when you're a kid. You kind of just living around lollygagging. You know what I mean? You're just living life, being a kid like you're supposed to. But like now, I think I just had a conversation with him too, not too long ago, and I was like, you look at your kids, look at your boys. It's 4 of us, and we're all doing something. And the youngest, he's popping it right now.
Okay.
He's. The kids got some offers right now.
I love that.
So, yeah.
So you are the second oldest.
Second youngest.
Excuse me. Talk about the family dynamic with your siblings. How is that? I'm the only child, so I don't really know how that is.
Understand.
Yeah, I don't. I really don't. So walk me through it.
That explains a lot, actually.
Wow. Thanks.
Kidding.
Okay, we're gonna clock it.
We are all very close. You know, our age gaps are kind of, you know, we're kind of all spread out, but we're all very, very close. And we talk about, like, we're in our group chat all the time. We talk every day. You know, my youngest lives in Jersey with my parents now. Myself and my oldest brother, we live here in Dallas. And then the middle kind of ish.
Yep.
He lives in D.C. So we're all kind of all over the place, but we talk all the time. Whenever we see each other, it's always a good time. And that's kind of just always how we've been. You know, we are our best friends. Obviously, we have friends and we have, you know, our guys and the teammates, whatever the case may be. But like, those are my brothers.
That's different. Yeah.
That's different.
So you have 4. Hey, you said you have a brother in D.C.? It's my neck of the woods. HU, you know.
Okay.
I had to throw it out there.
Okay.
My bad. Your youngest brother plays football. What position?
Edge rusher.
Edge rusher as well. Talk about that. Like, what's that like, you know, you now being, you know, in the NFL, playing for the world's most amazing franchise, the Dallas Cowboys.
America's team.
America's team. Clock it. Talk about that. Like, what's that mentorship kind of like with you trying to let him, like, you know, learn this whole journey on his own, but still kind of guiding him through this whole journey?
Yeah, so it's interesting for me because, you know, my family, they thought I was going to be the hardest on him, but it's actually my other brother, Cameron, that's harder on him than I am when it comes to football.
Why?
He's just everybody. He's just our critic in the household. Like,
okay.
he never played football, but he's a student of the game. So, like, he know a little something. But, you know, my youngest brother's name is Aiden. I call him AJ. And he's going to be a better football player than I am.
Wow.
Because he's extremely athletic. He's more athletic at his age now than I was at that age. And then obviously he has us to, you know, lean on to and help him, guide him in the right direction. But I've been trying not to be too hard on him because I want him to, you know, have that love and passion for the game. Yeah. And I've seen how people, you know, can push their own feelings on a kid and you know, lose their love and their spark. No, I let him kind of go hang out. You know, when he calls me and when he want to talk about football, I'll coach him up. When he wants to come work out with me, I'm like, you sure? He comes, and he's a hardworking kid, and he hates to lose, which is he might be the worst one out of all of us. He hates to lose, but those are traits that you need.
Absolutely.
But when he comes out with me, I'm like, all right, now you in my world. Like, this is. I don't want to hear none of that. You're in my world, so I'm gonna push him real hard. But other than that, I'm kind of just like I chill out on him, just kind of guide him, talk him through a couple things, and that's about it. What's
been the favorite lesson that you feel like you've taught him?
I wouldn't say there's a favorite lesson. I kind of just I like teaching him techniques that I didn't know as a kid. Okay. When it comes to playing edge rusher, right? I like to, you know, tell them about the whole college recruiting process and how, you know, you might want to take this into account when considering a school and stuff like that. I think the whole thing, you know, in terms of me guiding him, I think that just brings me joy. And I tell him all the time I'm proud of him. Yeah. Because he's doing things I didn't do. And I told him, like, my dream and goal for him, for us, is to play in the league together, play an A game together. Not he might be on the other team, or we might be on the same team. It doesn't matter. But I can envision my parents being at a game, you know, with like a split jersey with Ezeiruaku on the back. That's really cool to me. Like we saw, like, you know, at the Super Bowl a couple years ago with the Kelseys. I like that. Yeah, that's a beautiful moment, especially for parents that worked so hard to get their children to where they are, if that makes sense.
Yeah, no, that we actually saw it too with, you know, the Cowboys last year with Wanye.
That's true. Exactly. And now I couldn't even help myself pregame, but just like, I'm like, wow, that's beautiful. Like, that's amazing.
And it's also amazing to see, like, you have some siblings that you come across where one might be a little bit more talented than the other, you know what I'm saying? And there's kind of like envy there, but you literally like worship the fact that your brother is just talented. That's your sibling, right? So
exactly.
I think that's how it's supposed to be.
He can't beat me.
He can't beat you.
No. I'm still there. He's not there yet.
We're gonna play this
I tell him, I'm like, listen, you got a little edge, but to get to where I'm at now, you got some ways to go. Yeah. So that's my get him back down to earth. You know, we done gassed his head up a little bit. Let's bring him back down a little. He's still a little sibling.
Yeah.
You know,
just gonna remind him. You know, hey,
Just a little
hey,
reminder.
little dog. It's okay. I'm just playing. Talk about some of the values that your family instilled in you guys. I know you mentioned hard work, but what's some of the other values that's kind of like the story behind y'all's family's roots?
our faith.
Okay.
Yeah, our faith in God. I think that's been heavy. I said my grandfather was a pastor. You know, we grew up in the church as a family. Like every Sunday, Saturdays for practice in the youth group, and Thursdays for Bible study. Like that was us, and I think that shaped. That's the foundation of our family and of my life and of our lives. So, you know, I can't really. It's hard for me not to throw that in there. You know what I mean?
How much do you lean on your faith throughout your football journey, but just your entire life?
Very, very, very heavily. Just because I think like that's my backbone, right? So like, you know, when times get tough, when times are good, you know, when times are just okay, I think that's something that you need to lean on. You know, it's okay to open up that book. That's I do.
Yeah.
And get back into it. I feel like that keeps us grounded.
And I think it's also huge, not just when, things are going great. I'm sorry, when things are going bad, you lean on it when things are going great as well. But I want to talk about maybe one of your biggest setbacks that you've kind of had to overcome. How much did faith play a role in that? And paint me through the picture of what that setback was. Yeah,
I would say... I feel like I tell the story about like going from my junior year to my senior year in college, but then and how that didn't necessarily go the way I wanted to go in terms of production wise my junior year, and then going through that entire off season, obviously working, but like reflecting. In Christ at the same time, like talking and praying about it and praying for, what I want in life and, thanking God for the things that I've gotten so far. It was very big. And then obviously like right now, like with what I got going on right now with my recovery and my rehab process after my postseason surgery, and that's going very, very well, I might say. Like I feel amazing.
We love that. We love that.
I feel amazing. But that's something that, you pray for a healthy, or a safe procedure. You pray for things to go in the right way and no setbacks, whatever the case may be. That's me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, thank God you're doing better.
Thank you.
Want to go ahead and clap that up real fast. And looking forward to see what you do this year in 2026. But I do want to ask, who is Donovan Ezeiruaku outside of football?
I feel like outside of football, I'm a chill guy.
Okay.
Not just, not just.
I don't see that. I'm kidding.
No, I'm an energetic person. I like to hang out with my family and friends a lot. I bowl. I got into golf about a year ago, and I'm not good, but
wait, with golfing or bowling?
With golfing, bowling.
Golfing.
I like a bowl.
Can you? I don't know. We need the receipts.
My ball is purple and gold.
We need the receipts. Oh,
yeah,
oh my gosh.
Yeah.
That is so you.
Exactly.
Okay.
So that's another side. That's another side.
We're gonna get to that.
The purple and gold. That's another side. But yeah, that's what I do. Like I don't do too much. I don't overly. I like to hang out with my friends. I do have a dog.
Kind.
XL Bully.
XL Bully. I'm not really sure what that looks like.
I'll show you.
I don't have a dog, so I don't really know. It's fine. I'm gonna get one day. Okay.
The house is just quiet.
It is. Yeah, I know. Okay.
What?
XO Bully.
Yes.
Okay.
I do have a dog.
Name of your dog?
His name is Jules. Jewelz. I call him Juju.
Aww.
Occasionally Duty. That's his other name. It doesn't make sense.
Okay,
It just flows. It just goes.
Okay.
He's getting big though. He's like 50 pounds right now.
I love that for you.
He's 5 months.
5 months?
Yeah.
And he's 50 pounds?
Yeah. He's gonna be huge.
Is that normal?
Yeah, for him.
Okay, cool. Was there ever a point, so we talked about who you were. Were there any times that you were growing up when you were a teenager, do you ever have any insecurities? No? Yes?
I mean, when I was probably like 7th grade,
okay,
before I hit my growth spurt, right, I was short and a little bit of chub.
How short?
A little chubby.
How short?
I wasn't the shortest, but I was short. And I was just like, I want to play football. You got to be bigger or taller, whatever the case may be. And my brother obviously Cameron hit his growth spurt, or was starting to. So he was tall. So he used to pick on me and tell me I was short. And I remember vividly, I went to my mom and we talked about it. And she was like, you need to stretch. You know what she did? We laid on the ground. And I believe to this day that this works. I don't think it'll work anymore. You might have needed to try this. Actually, you're kind of short too.
Thanks.
Anyway,
That's insane.
she went and she just like pulled my limbs, pulled my neck a little bit, and then we just like stretched for a while. Now, I don't think it works. It's not scientifically proven that works, but I did start growing.
After she pulled your limb.
I started to stretch out. Could have been timing, could have been coincidence, but it worked to me. She would call it a Cindyism.
A Cindyism.
My mom's name is Cindy.
Yeah. But
like, this is Cindyism. Yeah.
that is interesting. I don't think I've ever heard
She'll
that
tell you
story.
the same story.
Cindyism.
Mm-hmm. She
Pulling
has
the
plenty
limbs.
of them. She has, moms, they always got,
They do.
yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So after that, you started growing.
Mm-hmm.
How short were you?
I think I was like probably like 5'6".
That's crazy because I'm actually 5'4". So don't call it short because that's not crazy.
That's short though. Like I was
for football.
I was a boy. Like I was kind of short.
Dang.
Maybe a little taller, maybe like 5'6", 5'7".
Okay. That's how old were you?
Like 13.
Is that considered short at 13 though?
I just know where I wanted to go. I needed to be taller.
Clocking. Okay. Well, you're taller now, so that's all that matters.
Yes, exactly.
You played receiver in high school?
That didn't go very well.
Talk me through that. What made the switch
I just,
to defensive
who doesn't want to be flashy and score touchdowns as
fair.
a kid? You know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
like, you see, and we watched Odell Beckham Jr., like, the entire, everybody wanted to dye their hair and grow their hair out and stuff, and do the socks and stuff.
Yeah.
So, like, who didn't want to, be that?
That's fair.
But I knew, like, I played defense my whole life, but I wanted to play offense, and it took until, like, my coach was like, I had a couple coaches, they were like, Don, you're not going to play offense. You just get it out your head. I was just like, you know what? And then, like, it obviously grew on me very early. I don't like to get hit anyway. Like, I would have rather hit somebody. Mm-hmm. Like, who wants to go across the middle of the field and, like, have a safety? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I would have rather rush off the edge and strip sack a quarterback.
Knock somebody out?
You know what I'm saying?
I got you. Clocking. Well, I mean, it's paying off, obviously. Drafted to the Dallas Cowboys out of Boston College. Shout out to you.
Roll Eagles.
Hey. But what does it mean to be the first generation Nigerian American to be drafted to the NFL and accomplishing so much? This is now year 2 for you, right?
Going on year 2.
Year 2. Wow.
Yeah, that was fast.
Time is fast.
Yeah.
I mean,
It's flying.
crazy.
Jeez.
Yeah, what does that mean to you, man?
Honestly, it meant a lot just because, like, I had a lot of family and friends at my draft party. And they were all so proud, somewhat to the point where, like, I'm like, all right, guys, like, what's going on here? Like, it was just so much going on. But they were just so proud of me. And I'm grateful for that. And I'm grateful for the experience. I'm grateful to be here in Dallas. It's a very, very special city. Very obviously, this is America's team. So it's a great culture. I wasn't all the way used to it though.
Yeah.
At the same time, because you play for Boston College. Yeah, Boston College is great. But I feel like there are a couple different professional sports teams in Boston. So like, I feel like BC doesn't get the love and the attention that like a school in the SEC or like another bigger school would get. And there's no knock on BC at all. I love my experience over there. And there are games where it's packed out and it's a great environment. I'm like, dang, I wish this was every single weekend. But it's just like, people got to study for tests and stuff.
Yeah.
And, BC's a very rigorous academic institution. So it's like, when I came out here to Dallas and like you get the attention per se, I'm just like, I'm not used to this.
Yeah. It's a lot. It's different.
I like to walk to the store and just vibe and, but like people be like, oh, hey. I'm like,
hi.
Who's calling me? You know what I mean? Or people will say like my full name and I'm like, am I in trouble? This is something I'm not like all the way used to just yet.
Do you have a favorite interaction where you've been like going to the grocery store or
Yes.
going somewhere and
Yes.
tell me about it?
This was the craziest thing. I went to DC to go and visit my brother and my cousin who goes to Howard.
Hey, HU.
Yes, she goes to Howard.
No, sorry.
And we were walking into a CVS. This is random. I was walking into a CVS. I think we were going to go get like a drink or like some gum or whatever the case may be. It's just something small. And you know those city bikes in DC? Somebody was riding on the city bike, like didn't stop, wasn't like going slow, like was properly riding on the city bike. And I'm walking into the store. He drives past me. He was like, "Yo, you're on the Cowboys." Like I just like, "Oh, he's like, yo, you're that guy on the Cowboys." And I look, and he hit the brakes. He was like, "Ezeiruaku, right?" And I'm like, random. I'm not even in Dallas. I'm not in Jersey, my hometown, or anything like that. I'm in Washington D.C. And I was just like, wow. Like, and it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be Redskins country. No.
Yeah.
That's how you know it's America's team, man. That's why.
That's crazy how like I would think or assume that y'all have gotten used to that by now, just because.
I don't think I will.
Really?
Yeah, I don't think I will. I think it's just because I see myself. I'm a regular guy.
Mm-hmm.
I do play a sport. Like I do play, you know, and it is nationally televised and all that. But that's how I see myself. I'm just like, I just play football. Mm-hmm. You know, not just like I'm not just a football player, but I'm saying I'm just Don from Williamstown, New Jersey, and I just love playing football, so I play football.
Yeah, I get it. Like you want to feel
like,
normal.
Yeah, I don't see it like the celebrity status stuff or anything like that. I don't consider myself a celebrity at all.
That's crazy. Yeah. I mean, but fans just look at y'all and they're like,
and we love them all.
Absolutely.
But I just like they're supporters. I wouldn't say like, you know, I wouldn't say fans like that. Just I don't know. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Those are our supporters, our family.
What's something that you took from Boston College that you feel shaped you and who you are today?
Being a man and woman for other.
Okay, tell me more.
Or obviously, I would be a man for others. Thank you. But that's the motto. You know, Boston College is a Jesuit institution, and that's kind of like the creed, and that's something that shaped me. You know, because when I went to BC, I got heavily involved in doing like a lot of community service. And not just like when I joined my fraternity, but even before that, like with the team and stuff like that, we would always go to like, you know, like senior living houses and, you know, just go play bingo or something with, you know, senior citizens. Or we would go to like a Boys and Girls Club and we would go do that. Or, you know, it would just be like there's just a lot of community service. And that's, you know, that obviously demonstrated being a man for others. And I thought that was that's very important. That was a key value for sure.
Did you start doing stuff in the community when you were at Boston College your freshman year? Or
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, it was the whole time.
And when did you cross Omega Psi Phi?
The spring 24. So the spring from in between my junior year and my senior year.
Okay. Obviously, for those who don't know, that is a black fraternity, and I'm a member of the lovely Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated.
Don't stutter now.
First in the finest. Excuse me. Don't do it. Stay over there.
I'm crying.
Just talk about the community service aspect of it, because that's an organization where it's looked upon as one of the prominent that give back to the community.
Yep.
So just talk about, you know, that some of your favorite, you know, maybe experiences that you've experienced during that. Talk about it. What you got? One.
Obviously,
just one. No, just one. I'm playing.
yeah.
Maybe it's many.
Obviously, community service is very important. You know, we preach, you know, being obviously just like Boston College, being a man for others. You know, it's a Christian-based organization that, you know, obviously, you know, friendship is very essential to our souls, and that's we want to be friends with our community, if that makes any kind of sense.
Yeah.
Like we want to be that big brother, that, you know, that mentor that people look up to and say, okay, this is what a man, you know, this is what a scholarly, godly man looks like. You know, a scholarly, godly black man looks like in the community. You know, somebody who can. I'm throwing gems out there. I'm throwing little grooves out there, low key.
Y'all hope y'all catching them.
Yeah, they're not catching them.
They're not catching it.
But that's what we wanted. That's what the fraternity is based on. Obviously, you know, in college there's, you know, the other aspects, but, you know, we want to be Omega men. We don't just want to be, you know, Q dogs or the bros. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, and you've carried that your giving back spirit, obviously being here with the Cowboys. Have you thought kind of deeper into that avenue of wanting to maybe have your own foundation one day?
Yeah, I definitely have. I think that life kind of moved very fast when you get drafted. And, you get through that rookie year. And I feel like, I got really good advice, or I thought it was good advice, from somebody a little bit older that played in the league a while. And he was just like, your rookie year is going to go by fast, but you need to be focused on football.
Yeah.
The foundations, the camps, and the, all the extracurriculars, that they're cool. They're great for the community. They're, good for public image, whatever the case may be. But, you're going through a time in your life where things are changing, or you're going through change, and you need to be focused on the main thing. So, I plan on doing those things, as my career continues. I wouldn't necessarily put a timeline on myself, but, I hope so by year 2, end of year 2, or whatever the case may be, I can get certain things like that going.
Yeah, I mean, take your time. Like, it's whenever,
you
feel like your career is under you, then I would kind of
exactly.
But as long as you're doing what you're doing now, giving back to the community, when you can throughout the season, off season, it's appreciated.
Thank you.
It's appreciated. What's a part of your story that people don't know? Give me something.
I feel like I'm such an open book. I just I don't. What's a part of my story that people don't know?
Yes, sir.
I don't know. Can we point that in a more finer direction?
What's a part of your story your story that has not been talked about, that you feel is important for people to know?
I don't know. When I say I'm just a normal person, I played a video game when I go home, and I play with my dog. And I was a rambunctious kid growing up. I got, in trouble in school a little bit. Not too much, just a little bit. That's why they put me in football. But there's not I was a church kid, which is cool. I had to,
there it is.
Oh.
That light bulb just went out.
I used to dance.
Okay.
I used to do a little hip hop. I got a little rhythm now,
rhythm?
But I'm too big to be doing all that. That's why I just hop, on some bird stuff. Anyway,
okay.
I performed in 2 talent shows when I was younger.
Really?
Yeah.
Doing dance. You were dancing to hip hop. Do you remember the song?
One song was a mindless behavior song. I think it was My Girl.
Oh my! That song.
Yeah. That was the times.
Can't sing.
Yeah, I used to think I was Chris Brown and stuff. I would watch Chris Brown YouTube videos and this. I don't know if we're allowed to say that because of that
copyright.
No, because of people's
Oh, okay, it's fine.
Whatever.
Yeah, it's fine. Don't worry about it.
But I think we all used to do that. Watching Michael Jackson, and used to watch the heck out of the music videos, trying to be like that. I had that phase too. I feel like we all did.
Love that.
I played Just Dance. I played Michael Jackson Experience growing up. Yes, I performed in 2 talent shows. My mom used to make me sing and dance at church all the time. So
I grew up singing in the choir.
Yeah,
and
so
the piano.
I feel like we don't have no choice when it comes to that.
Yeah, you have rhythm? What?
Yeah. When have you not seen it?
I mean, I don't think I've ever seen you dance in the locker room or anything. So
oh yeah.
That's crazy. I wouldn't have pictured that though.
Really?
Yeah. You wouldn't. Yeah. Did you win the talent show?
Do I look stiff?
No.
So anyway, no, it wasn't like a competition where they win or loser. They was just come show off your talent.
I love that.
It was 3rd and 4th grade. Yeah.
So you can dance.
I used to.
Okay, my bad. Doesn't dance anymore, but still can.
Doesn't dance.
But can dance. And you play video games. Anything else? I
bowl, I golf. I listen to a lot of
I don't
music.
think he's good at bowling, y'all.
It's crazy. We'll see. Watch. Stop it.
I'm gonna do a little episode of Clutch with Hutch and see if you can really bowl.
What'd you call it?
Clutch with Hutch.
That's hard. That's hard.
That's actually kind of hard.
That was good. You're actually really good at that. You're actually really good at that.
Yes.
That was good.
Thank you. I try.
Yeah.
That's what I'm here for.
But we can do all that. I don't care.
It's gonna be great, and I'm gonna win. So, real fast before we wrap up. I want to do some fast hitting questions real fast.
Okay.
You ready? Favorite memory at Boston College?
Favorite memory at Boston College was my last game there at Boston College.
Okay. Toughest offensive player you faced?
So far?
Yep. Well, actually, yeah, so far.
Can it be on our team?
No.
Oh.
Actually, give me 2. One on the team, one opposite team?
On the team, Tyler Smith. He's just a very strong individual.
That's a good one. I could see that.
That's why he got paid the way he got paid. He should.
Yeah.
One off the team, or not on our team. Mm-hmm. Laramie Tunsil.
Okay.
Hell of a player.
Love that. Favorite cheat meal?
Favorite cheat meal? I don't have a strict diet for real. I don't really eat dirty. I don't really eat like overly clean. I kind of just eat.
Okay.
I would say cannolis because I don't really eat desserts.
What's a cannoli? I've never had that before.
Yeah. Now this is why this is why I say that I am half Italian, because being from New Jersey, the Italian food is amazing. Being from like living near Philly, Jersey, going to Boston, Italian food, and New York, obviously. Italian food is where it's at. I love Italian food.
Interesting.
I love it.
Okay.
Down here in Texas, we need to get a little bit better with our Italian food. Just a
Houston
little
has
bit.
really good Italian food.
Listen,
saying.
in Texas, we need to get a little. So yes, cannoli is an Italian pastry.
Okay.
And it's very good. I would say that's a good cheat.
What does it have in it?
It's like it's not gonna sound right. It's not gonna sound right. You're gonna be like, no, but it's like cottage cheese. And,
You lost me.
But it's like sweet. It does. I didn't know this was cheese until I had to look it up.
Yeah.
I thought it was like an icing or like buttercream icing this whole time. It's not.
Interesting. Okay. Cannoli.
Wait, what do you have on your laptop right now?
My notes.
Can you,
Oh, I can look it up.
just real quick, because
Okay.
I can't get it wrong. I think it is cottage.
Let's see. Cannoli
See.
recipe.
Yes, or like what's in it?
Homemade ricotta cheese.
Ricotta cheese, not
White
cottage
wine.
cheese. Ricotta.
Ricotta cheese.
Yes.
White wine. Chocolate chips.
Yes, they put chocolate chips inside too. But
Lemon?
do you see what it looks like?
It doesn't look bad. It actually looks like appetizing.
It looks good, right? Yeah.
Little
But they're
package.
different. Like the filling sometimes is different.
Yeah.
Sometimes it'll be like a chocolate. Sometimes it's like the base is like the ricotta cheese. I say cottage, but it's ricotta.
Interesting. Okay, cool. Last thing.
Mm-hmm.
Best advice you've ever received?
Best advice I've ever received. Commit your actions to the Lord, and they will be successful. Lord has made everything for its own purpose, even the wicked for a day of disaster. That's not only the best advice I've ever received or read, but that is a Bible verse, my favorite Bible
Your
verse.
favorite Bible verse?
Proverbs 16:3-4.
Okay, I love that. I think I asked Illinois what was his favorite Bible verse, but I
You
should
said
ask
that?
you too.
Yeah,
Cool. I lied. Actually, there's one more.
it's okay.
Favorite place you've ever lived?
Favorite place I've ever lived? Mm-hmm. How long are we living there? Like, how long do you have to have stayed there to consider it being you live there?
I'm tired of you.
We need like,
Nope.
No, I'm just kidding. All right, I'm sorry. You're a great journalist. I'm not gonna lie.
Thanks.
I would say, I'm gonna say New Jersey because I'm from New Jersey. I love New Jersey.
Okay.
I actually do. Like, I really do love where I'm from.
Yeah.
I think I'm enjoying Dallas a lot because it's new,
Yeah.
and I could see myself living in Dallas.
Hey! Yes!
I could see myself living here for a very long time.
All right. Well, I lied. There's actually one more.
Jesus.
It's not a fast-paced
Okay.
question. It's actually like I want to end this on this note because I
Okay.
feel like it's so
Let's hear it.
important for the fans to know this or people who are watching that know this. When your football career is over,
I already know what it is.
what do you hope people say about Donovan Ezeiruaku?
The player or the teammate? See? Okay, I'm sorry.
I'm tired of you.
This so I hope first
Let's do both.
First I'll start with my teammates.
Okay.
Great teammate, a great leader, a guy that's very consistent and brings it every single day. Obviously a hardworking individual, but also, he one of the guys. He's not one of those guys that, he had a very successful career or whatever the case may be, and he acted like he was above people. That's not who I am. And obviously somebody who, a Super Bowl winner, a potential first ballot Hall of Famer. Like, that's what I want my teammates to say, because I feel like that's kind of where that comes from. It doesn't come from the media. That comes from, the guys around you respect you as a player and you're a player. Yeah, that's a Hall of Famer. Because in the locker room,
That's facts. That's facts.
And then, for people, I feel like kind of similar, I would say. Stand-up individual, somebody that was, not just successful on the field, but successful reaching out to the community. if that makes sense. You know, he didn't. Every time I met that guy, he wasn't any bad energy. It was, you know, he was a humble kid or humble individual, humble young man, nice, easygoing. You know, you didn't. It's like you expect somebody to be stuck up, that's celebrity status, but like they surprise you and they're actually really cool and chill.
Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking about in my head. I just didn't know how to like put that into words.
That's fine.
But that's what I want people to, you know, see me as the player. Obviously, I want them to see me as a Super Bowl winner, potential Hall of Famer.
We're gonna claim. We're gonna claim.
You got to claim it. You got to put it in there.
You got to speak it into existence. That's how it
know,
happens.
And commit your actions to the Lord. You know. Well,
I want to say thank you. You mentioned you want people to know you as humble and, you know, stand-up guy. You are. I've gotten to know you. It's been a pleasure covering you and getting to know you on a personal level. I hope everyone watching got a great insight on who Donovan Ezeiruaku is. So, but that is a wrap for CommuniTEA. Nicole Hutchison, Donovan Ezeiruaku.
You know what?
We'll see y'all back here on the next episode.
clacking.
This has been a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about this, Cowboys?